Hello, hello, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. Today I'm going to work on the ABC JLC 2026 challenge. I know I said I wasn't going to start it until I got up to K for kitten or whatever, but she just put out the most perfect prompts for the letter E that I've ever seen. And it's exactly what I've been working on. I'm probably going to post this first, so you won't have seen this yet, but I'm going to have a future video that's going to show you all the papers that I want to put into my Egyptian journal. Yes, I'm doing an Egyptian journal. I love Egypt. Love all the things about it. Now, I've got the papyrus paper, and I've got a few things here, but the prompts, and I just kind of scribbled it on here, are energy, Egypt, I, and 8. As she was counting these down in this order, I kept thinking, oh my gosh, Egypt. And then I said, oh no, I just did this little video earlier where I showed the papers and I said, oh my God, I got all that right there. I can't believe it. Okay. So anyhow, it's going to be sort of a simple make. I'm taking this beautiful paper here, and I mentioned in the other video that I'm really thinking of putting that on my cover. I may cut it out and put like a whole wall of hieroglyphics behind him. Anyhow, that's something else. But this will be in the journal, and it'll be folded in half like that. So this side is the only one we're worrying with. Okay, so at the moment, I had played around with the number 8 and wondered what I would do with it. And I thought about just sticking an 8 on here. Well, oh, hang on, I'm in the wrong place digging. So as you know with me, I like to tell a story. And the problem was with an 8 is it didn't have any reason or to be on this page. So yeah. Anyway, thank you for coming by to visit. See what I'm doing today. So we will see. Now, they have this thing called an ankh that I've always found fascinating. It's sort of like their cross. And so it goes in like a little kind of a teardrop design like that. And then it comes down kind of like this. And then it's got like a little piece that goes across here. I think there's different styles of it, but this is kind of what I'm going to make for here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, my poor old Walmart pencil's about getting nubby. I'm going to take this embossing pen, and it's one of the clear ones, and we're going to do some heat embossing with some gold. So pay attention, because this is going to get me to where I'm meaning to go with the 8. So I'm going to just kind of put this on here. These come in really very handy if you're doing the paper dolls and you need to do specific little areas or anything like that. Okay, I'm going to thicken up this little bit up here because I want it to be about the same as my bottom area. It's kind of hard to see what you're doing with this because it's clear, but I can sure smell it. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this down and see what I get. I don't have to put too much on there. Oh, don't look too bad. he little jumpy to the one side, but I think he'll do good. Oh my gosh, I have a big clay piece that I made back in college, and got some gold up in there. And I used the ankhs for the. It was supposed to be a box, so I used the ankhs on the back, and the loops made it to where I could tie a string in it and hook the box lid, because the box is a pyramid. Go figure. I might have to pull that. Oh gosh, I can't get up on that bed. When I'm working on the Egyptian journal, I will get myself up there and get that down to show y'all. Okay, let me heat emboss this really quick. Okay, let's see what she looks like. Ooh, yeah. That went quick. Alright. And then the other thing I want to do is something else. Okay, now that was gold. I forgot to tell you. That is the gold in the Recollections. It's a detail embossing powder, so it does really fine work. This one is a copper, and I got it from Fun Stamper's Journey. And what we're going to do is we're going to do this. And I didn't want to do a black. I wanted to go ahead and use the copper, because those colors are going to go with the colors that's going to be in this kit and in this journal. Okay, I'm trying to do this a little evenly. All right, so let's put a little bit of this copper on here. Oh gosh, I can kind of see. Let me play with it a little bit more. All right, I'm trying to see what I'm doing, but it's very hard. All right, let's just go with it. And you know what? I should have just went ahead and did the whole thing. Let's do that. Looks a little odd. Okay, well, I'm going to heat emboss that and we'll see what we got. Okay, can you see the 8 now? I guess you were wondering what I was doing. Well, that's what I was trying to form. I wanted to form an 8, but I wanted to do it symbolically. So that's what I did. Okay, so that part is done. I may get in there and clean that up a little bit. I just don't know. It might be okay for now because this is my journal. All right, so the next thing. One of the words was Egypt, and I mean, it's obviously Egypt by the visuals and everything, but I guess I physically need something, so I was going to just cut out this word, Egypt, and put it down here on the bottom section with my little cluster that I'm going to make. So we're going to go about it that way. This may be considered cheating. I don't know. That one side's a little crooked because my head's on crooked. Oh, no. Just keep on chopping away at it. Okay, there. That might do it. All right. So we have that. And then we have... Oops. What else do we have? We have a little bit of this to do. We're going to take and cut this eye out right here. He's going to be on the seam. And we're going to cut out like a little chomp of this. Now this is the one I'll show you in the video. I was trying to fold it in half and see if it would fold easily. So this one's a little on the wonky side already. But what we're going to do is we're going to cut out a little piece as a backdrop, and I'll just use that little piece for any little scrappies that I might want to do. But we're going to cut that down with the what did you call it? Decal. This is the Decal Edge Tim Holtz cutter, and I'm going to go around the outside edge of this real quick. But yeah, I love me some Egypt stuff. It's crazy. Now, there's one word, the very first word. Now, Jody was saying she was totally stumped on what to do. And they were getting ready to leave down there. They've been vacationing in Florida. And so she was eager to see what the rest of us come up with. Oh. Okay. So let me ink that a little bit. Got some glitter on there from something. It's probably from that pixie dust I was working with earlier. Although embossing powder will get anywhere and everywhere. Okay, so I'm just kind of inking that to give it a little edge. And I'm also going to get in my cheesecloth here. Might end up just pulling this whole thing off because I just as well do that. Because I'm going to be using a lot of this. I've got it in colors of pink and, was it blue? And there were several colors. I got it at Hobby Lobby. Walked in at just the perfect time. They were redoing all the lace section. And I about to take a whole buggy out with me. I took a lot of stuff. I'm going to cut this edge so it'll get a little leggy on me. Because I don't want it to be all nice and neatsy. And I know it's not colored. But I don't think I really want it to be at this point. So, yeah, let's kind of do some little tugging. Now, we don't have any mummies on here, but this kind of gives us the impression that there's mummies around. And pull out some of the strings I've been tugging on. And I'll get some nice little neat edges, little raw edges. Okay. That one didn't want to agree with me too much, but oh well. Let's see what we got now. I just kind of wanted to see what I had ahead of time. So this, oh, perfect. Perfect fit. Because then this is going to be just a little bit bigger. So let's go ahead and deco cut this baby. Ooh. I'm going to have to size it up too to see what I got once I cut it. Okay. Now, what do we got? I didn't know about being able to get a rough edge on that, so that's why I chose the decal. And you can still see it. You can still see it. I kind of like that because, as you see, this is the Nile. And, you know, that's where the papyrus grew. Or grows. Probably still grows there. This is one of the, I guess, earliest forms of paper making. Besides, I guess, what they were doing in China. Okay, I'm going to have to get in here and go again. Because I probably didn't go all the way through the layers. Whoops. Okay. Woo. I'm just making it a little frame. Okay. And then I will go ahead and use this same glue. If nobody knows, it's Fabri-Tac. Get it at Walmart. I use it for a lot of heavier duty things and any fabric substances. Okay, so we have, I didn't really cover up a lot of stuff, so I think that's going to be fine, just like that. These are probably going to keep coming out now that I started pulling, but I do like that it goes right up to the pyramids. Oh, I do have a little bit squishing out. Probably got too close to the edge. I did. Okay, now our last thing is to put the word Egypt on here. And it was just going to go on here, kind of like up at the top. And I'll do that with, oh, I have to do that with this. Okay. Just put me a little smear. I won't get carried away this time. Try to get it right above the little hieroglyphics. And center it. Yeah. Okay. Every time I think of the Nile, I think of Moses. And he had probably a little papyrus reed basket that he came down the Nile with. Okay, that was a quick one, wasn't it? All right, so let's see what I got. Did I do all the prompts? Okay, the energy one is probably the one you're not knowing what I'm meaning, but the sun is a form of energy. And then also, that was even their form of a deity, because they worship the sun god. I think he was Ra. So, and then what do we worship nowadays? Mostly our worship is anything to do with energy or technology and anything electronic. So energy. And then I did the Egypt here, but it's obvious. And then here's our I, and then here is our letter or number 8 here. So I hope you enjoyed that. I know this was a quickie. I usually don't do those. And I hope you appreciated the different prompts that were today. They were excellent. Excellent, Jody. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for coming by to visit. And I hope you come back and see me again soon. Bye-bye.